What's up, guys? YGO Strats. A little while ago, the OCG ban list for the October-ish format came out. They made some major changes to their metagame. I'm going to take a quick look at it and discuss about the possibilities of things that might happen over here in TCG land. Just because sometimes when things happen, like, you know, the Dragon Rulers get banned in OCG, they get banned in the TCG and that sort of thing. There's certain cards that share ban list slots more or less in both sides of the formatting. The biggest thing to note here, in my opinion, is the banning of Norden and Ptolemaeus. These are two key extra deck cards that kind of work together, actually, but they were seriously making rank 4 just stupid as all hell. Ptolemaeus gave rank 4 access to Cyber Dragon Infinity, Pleiades, pretty much any non-number rank 5 rank 4s had access to, namely, obviously, like I just said, Infinity and Pleiades are just two insanely powerful cards. And Norden is literally just pay 1,000 life points and get a rank 4 of your choice, up to and including Ptolemaeus, which could make it was insane. The banning of these two cards is something that people have been saying should happen in general in the TCG, even though we've only had Norden for like a week as of the time of I'm making this video, probably 2 by the time this comes out. But Ptolemaeus has been running one for a while now, and that's the biggest thing I've noted on the list here in terms of interesting to know depending on what might happen over here, because now that we have Norden, we have the Ptolemaeus plays, and while we don't have Infinity, you never know when that card might drop. That could be one of the imports in Breakers of Shadow, that could be an import in Dimensions of Chaos, we don't know. It's going to be stupid when that card drops, but their banning of it in the OCG could mean that the TCG will follow suit, not in terms of banning it, obviously. They're probably not going to get, like, or Norden I don't see being banned for at least 2 formats, minimum. I'm guessing is next year. This time next year is where Norden might become banned, because they want to get their money from it. The tins were just released, and let's be real, Norden's what's selling those tins. Odd Eyes, Majesty's Fiend, Dark Rebellion, Hastor, and Castell, great cards, but Norden. Other really interesting things to note, Elements of Hero Shadow Mist, I don't see that happening here. Heroes are so big over in OCG in Japan. They're just like the fan favorite deck. They just never die. People love playing them there, so it makes sense that they'd hit it in that sense, where like they made their money off Shadow Mist and they're done with it. But from what people say, OCG, Konami, OG Konami really, are more about balancing the game state than over here in America. And fuck it. The point is, Shadow Mist has been topping a lot. They want to sell more cards at the end of the day, is my money on it. And so they're hitting Shadow Mist down to 1, which really hurts hero decks, because that's the searching of both monsters and mask change, which is what they are now. So that's serious stuff. Glow Up Bulb being hit down to 1 stops any Synchro spammy. I'm not going to pretend to know more about the OCG game than I do. I'm not 100% sure what deck Glow Up Bulb is being played in, but clearly they think it's being a little too insane, and they're putting it down to 1, even if it is a once per duel effect. Insight Magician's the big one. That is the key searching card in the Magician cards, the Pendulum Magicians. That is an interesting hit in the terms of that's the only hit they took, and they are dominating the metagame over there, and they have been for a while. So a lot of people are saying that they really did not hit that deck hard enough, but that is their one hit. It searched out any Pendulum Magician, so it's a nice hit, but it's not enough. Deep Sea Diva, the Atlantean Prince Nephthybis, is running amok over there with Mermails. Mermails are like a 1-card OTK with it, and while they're not as consistent, I guess, as the Magicians and stuff, they're topping enough that they decided to smack Deep Sea Diva, because you summon Diva, get out Nephthybis, and then you literally OTK them. I won't go into it here. Sure, it's Strategist of the Necros. They followed the TCG in that book, I guess. I don't even know what's left of the Necros deck in TCG or in OCG land. Like everything's at 1, I swear to God. Trishula, Unicorn, Brionac, Shurit, Kaleidoscope. It's like one of's the deck, and I guess it's still doing well. So that tells you how great Necros is as a deck. Semi-limited cards: Curry Bandit, Mermail Abystius, probably because they lost Diva. Evagishki, Gust Kraken, not sure why. I guess just to give Gishkis a little something more. Mind Control's back up at 2. I guess they're trying that. Book of Moon is up at 2. That's something I can see happening in the TCG, either of those two. I can see them bumping up Mind Control or Book of Moon because they're not doing anything. Whether or not they'll do anything else at 2 is debatable, but I'd love to see Book of Moon at 2 for some of my decks, and I hate saying it against some of my decks. So Charge of the Light Brigade like we did. Lightsworns aren't doing anything anywhere, and they just got their support with Minerva that they actually got because TCG's fucking assholes, and that trap card that we just aren't getting, I guess, that searched out Judgment Dragon. But Gold Sark is up at 2, no E-Drag, so why not? Gateway of the 6 being at 2 is insane to me. I can't believe it. Gateway is part of an OTK that I've demonstrated here in one of my previous videos, so I wonder if that's going to be a thing now that there's 2 of it and it's slightly more consistent. I wonder if we're going to get that card up to 1 over here. I doubt it just because it's so stupidly overpowered, but screw it, I'll do another Samurai profile if I have to, if it comes up. Allure of Darkness being at 2 really surprises me. That's a draw power card and a half, and Dark Attribute is just one of the strongest. Plus with Burning Abyss, they might be turboing through that deck even more now, especially since they just got it there, so that's interesting. Dragon Shrine is their Foolish Burial for dragons. Again, E-Dregs are dead, and so is it. Sinister Shadow Games comes up or down to 2. I'm not sure where it was at. And Card Crush Virus is at 2. That's interesting. I guess they're not doing enough Shadows and, Card Crush in general. No longer limited. Bubble Man is up at 3 again, so heroes have that going for them. Triple Honest. Triple Envoy of the End. Never thought I'd see that. Dark Magician of Chaos is at 3. Gale of the Whirlwind is 3. Manju's back up at 3. So Necros have that going for them. Wind Up Zen Mighty. Party Boat is back. Formula Synchron's back. Instant Fusion's back with Norton dead. That makes sense. Magical Stone Excavation is interesting. And then Bottomless Trap Hole and Transmigration Prophecy. That's interesting. Bottomless Trap Hole being at 3 because part of the Magician deck, they make that new Trap Tricks Rastophilia or whatever, and you can Bottomless Trap Hole from the deck. I don't think anyone actually plays Trap Bottomless. They're playing Trap Tricks, Traps Hole, Nightmare, and Wide Trap Hole or something like that. The one that destroys 2 monsters your opponent controls if you have no traps in your grave. And those are the only traps they run because you can literally use it from the deck. So, interesting that they're doing that. I've heard a lot of people saying that this doesn't solve the OCG's problems of rampant Magician Proforma Pal nonsense. Nothing's been hit from that other than Insight, whereas a lot of other decks took hits, like Deep Sea Diva kind of kills Mermails in the sense of they lost their consistency compared to other decks. Shadow Mist obviously kills heroes in that sense, at least comparatively to the hits that Magicians took, so that's interesting. The TCG ban list probably will come out in and around now if we're going to get an October one. They've said it's loose ban list, but you're at September, the end of September here, the 26th as of this video. We'll see where it all goes. Tellers did win Worlds. If TCG follows its history, that means Tellers will die in the ban list, because that's what they did to E-Dragons like twice, and what they did to Infernities last year, 2014, so the 2015 winning Tellers. Kudos to the winner, but looks like you ruined it for the rest of us. And by us, I mean Teller players. I don't play Tellers, but in terms of what I think is going to happen, based off of this list, I'll make my own prediction list in another video. Tellers are going to get hit just because they won Worlds in that sense. I can see that happening. Deneb to 1, Altair to 2, something stupid like that. If they really want to kill the deck because they hate the Worlds champion, you might see Teller and Altair to go to 1 or something, or hit Nova Alpha or Triver in some way. But those are the big 4 that'll be hit. I've said that in a previous video. Book of Moon and Mind Control are the 2 things I can really see happening, just because they're staple spells, and Konami seems to like to test the waters with certain things, namely Trishula and Snatch Steel are the 2 biggest ones that come to mind right now. So I can see Mind Control or Book of Moon moving up as their test card. I don't know what their ban lift is going to be, so to say, what card they want to bring back to 1 to see how it works, but other things that might happen, Envoy of the End and Dark Magician of Chaos, if they get errata reprints in something, somewhere, in a Gold Series, then they'll probably come off the list. I don't see them bringing Card Crush to 2. Or Crush Card, I keep saying Card Crush. Crush Card Virus to 2. Even though that deck I've been working on, that Tamias deck would love it, but I don't see it happening. Other than that, it looks interesting. It looks like if this is any indication, once that Pendulum Magician deck drops in December, I think December 8th, that's going to run wild, especially if we get Insight Magician in either Breakers of Shadow or Dimensions of Chaos as the import. That's going to be a serious grab card because it's the searcher for the archetype, really. But yeah, that is your look at the OCG ban list. Very interesting. It looks like it's going to be a Perform Pal heavy ban list. I think Burning Abyss are actually doing really well over there too, as well as Monarchs. That's something else to look out for. But no hits to Monarchs or Burning Abyss because they're too new. And then Magicians are, I guess, still in that new enough that we want them to be played. So very interesting. Looking forward to a TCG ban list. Go ahead and leave in the comments what you guys think. Do you feel they hit Insight Magician as enough? Or do you feel they hit the Magician decks as enough? Should they hit more Performer Pals? All that fun stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Make your bed, except leave it a little messy because a tidy bed is actually something that will attract bed bugs and other such critters because they like that tidiness. Just a heads up for you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on YGO Strats.